We're live. Hi.
Good morning. I know we can't talk about it, but do you see what I sent you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're funny.
Hey, I realized something yesterday I wanted to run by you. I was talking to somebody and I said, hey, 3 favorite artists, 3 favorite songs, because sometimes they're not the same. And then I realized that's actually kind of a loaded question.
Like 3 favorite artists and 3 favorite songs?
Because if you're getting to know somebody, like, you have the potential to list off some stuff that if there's like a music snob in there, they'd be like, ooh.
Oh, the music snobs are not going to like mine are like all women, like Pink, Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music snob, like, people like will be like, what about Guns N' Roses and Poison? And shut up.
Well, what about them?
No, I do love them too, though. Hi, Lana. Oh, she says hi. Welcome back in. Hi, Lana. I miss you.
Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I realized
some insurance on a Suzuki Samurai.
Even State Farm laughed.
He's not State Farm. She is Farmers Insurance.
Farmers. Now I realized last night because I was talking to somebody and I was like, okay, 3 favorite songs, 3 favorite artists, because a lot of times they're not the same. Like I have 2 of my favorite songs.
On that, I ask them their favorite foods.
So I mean, different but the same, right? Like kind of like if they come at you and they're like, yeah, I'm not really a foodie, like that's going to be a red flag for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to be confused on what we need to order off the menu.
Yeah. So, and I'm not concerned about somebody's music, but I'm also aware that my musical tastes are not awesome. Like I know that I am helping.
Yeah, because like your shirt says what. Like, do they have to ask you? Everybody knows.
Right, but there's also an artist that has like 3 of my favorite songs by one artist who went by 2 different names, not Garth Brooks and Chris Gaines. But he's not even kind of my favorite artist. He just has like 3 of my favorite songs. All of his other songs I think are garbage. So I was asking last night, and then I had to go first, and I realized what a loaded question. Like I'm a little nervous to put that out there of, like who I like,
That's like what you're nervous about out of all of the things. That's the thing.
Well, not nervous like it's going to make or break.
What's the financial situation? When's the last time you had an STD check? What's your kid situation? Do you want more? But what music do you like is what you got a long road ahead of you, single man.
I don't. That's not what I meant. I mean, yeah, STDs are important to me too.
I remember when I was having some issues and I talked to Chris about it, and I was like, well, it could be for him. It could be cancer, or have you had an STD check? And he's like, yeah, I don't want an STD. And I go, I don't want it to be cancer. I'd rather it be something I can get rid of.
I never thought that I would prefer chlamydia, but yeah.
I mean, 7 days from what I've heard.
So no, I just meant like, because there's that when you're getting to know somebody, there's that weird initial phase where like you're just, you're feeling each other out and getting to know personalities and whatnot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I usually start with favorite food.
And so I felt like at first it felt benign, but then I was like, well, I guess music does kind of say a lot about one's personality. Like when you think about it, like when you look at mine, when I put my list down, my list was obviously Goo Goo Dolls. But you
had to ask?
Right. I know.
She must be out of your 60-mile radius on the kitchen.
But not wrong.
Okay.
But I started looking and I'm like, this says, like, if I look at this list, if I analyze this list right now, this says that I'm pretty vanilla, that I fear change, that like, I like things, but I don't like a whole lot of things. And I like them to fit right about in here.
You're fun. That sounds like fun.
But just my music. Everything else, I'm like super, do whatever.
Yeah. I met a guy this weekend that was totally into food, and I just met him. And super handsome, business in the area for business, just stopped for lunch. And I kept complimenting his food choices, so he was sharing with me. Have you ever shared food with a perfect stranger?
Not a perfect stranger, no. Barely with anybody I know.
He ordered 2 different meals because he couldn't decide. And he was sharing his meals with me, and then went over the dessert menu and was like, which one of these would you like? And then shared his dessert with me. And then the bartender blocked me and told him I was with somebody else, which was a lie.
Why would they do that?
Because my buddy was there having beers with me. So this guy offered to pay my tab, and the bartender goes, she's with that guy.
Did you look at her and be like, dude?
No, it's not her. If it was a female, she would have made it happen and got my burger paid for.
Oh, it was a dude?
Yes. And as soon as the guy left, he goes, Madden, I messed up. And I go, why? He goes, that guy offered to pay your tab and was into you. And I told him that you were with somebody else. I just wasn't even thinking. I go, but I'm not. You guys all know that I am not with anybody. And even my buddy sitting with me goes, let the dude pay. Like, I'm not here with her. Yes. Good looking, handsome, was totally in all about it. But I sent Lana a picture. I'm like, do you know this guy? Because we're mutual friends on Facebook. She's like, looks like he loves food, though. And I'm like, damn it. So I wrote him, and I'm like, hey, next time you're in the area, I would love to have lunch with you again. And he's like, sure, I'll hit you up. And then I haven't heard from him since. And I'm like, I don't want to reach out and be like, I'm not with that guy.
This is where you send a flurry of messages. Sure would love to see you. He's like, sure, sounds good. And you're like, also single. Also
not with that guy.
Super single. Also, somebody was willing to pay my tab, so I was rolling with it, and I didn't know that it was going to affect this. But, like, seriously, see how that works out.
The other bartender, because he's done it to me on accident before, too, both of them. The other one goes, I would have figured out how to move it over. And I'm like, you've blocked me before, too. I go, you guys wouldn't do this to him. You guys only do it to me.
Well, I mean, in a sense, they did do it to him.
Right?
Maybe that's why you only got like a 2-minute answer.
Around to block him from it. And even he was like, even if we were together, let that dude pay. That's
the benefit of being a woman.
I know.
Right?
You know what I say? Dude, I had a blue cheese bacon cheeseburger and like 4 beers. That would have been like, that guy could have, and no, I was so pissed.
Wait.
When I came home, I owned,
not you.
Huh?
Somebody paid for all that, though, not you.
No, I paid.
You paid?
Here's why. Listen, I was already going to pay for my friend's lunch because he's been doing a ton of stuff around my house and won't let me give him any money for it. So I was already going to pay for my friend's lunch already. So the only lunch I would have had to pay for was his stupid salad that he ordered. But I ordered a blue cheeseburger and some beers and all of the things. And the guy didn't put it over to the other guy's tab. Yeah. And my buddy was like, and the bartender was like, well, you ordered his beer before he got here. And I go, because it's packed. I wanted him to have his seat.
Hey, can we explore something real quick?
Yeah.
Because all you women's.
Oh, God.
All you women's are like, hey, we want equal pay. Women's suffrage. We should be just as equal as you are. I wonder if we took the amount of drinks and dinners that you had bought for you and applied that to your salary, if that would equal out or be greater than a dude's salary.
Shut your mouth. You guys are buying our drinks so that you can hopefully get some later. It all goes down the same.
We're buying them because we make more.
You do? It's laughable because of who I'm speaking with.
I meant in general. I'm not using me as an example. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. You know that.
No, this guy was handsome and put together and all of the things, like only in town for business, like wasn't one of the barflies, and was ordering all this delicious food, and then wham, bartender blocked it. I'm so pissed.
That bartender's not a friend of mine.
No.
Oh man.
See, she's trying to, Lana says she's trying to help you feel manly.
Yeah,
and that's coming from a boss lady right there. Lana always tells me, Madden, put your thing away.
You know what? That's true. That's true because I was hanging out with somebody, and I was super financially.
That's the thing that I've learned real quick. That's the thing that I've learned the most about this other job that I have. Men will fight each other over who gets to pay the tab. And those are the guys that I want to date. I haven't been dating those guys. Like they'll run up and be like, hey, don't tell my brother over there that I'm paying for this. And then the next one will come up, did he pay again? They get so mad at each other. It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was hanging out with somebody, and like I'm not like super financially strapped, but we're going through a refi and a divorce, and so like
divorce, no matter how much money you have, will financially strap you because it's new. Like learning all of that, and that's new,
Well, and I mean, if you have a two income household, like I'm now a one income household, so it's different. So I had somebody I was hanging out with who, I mean, I said up front, like I'm kind of broke right now, like if we do anything, I got to do stuff on a budget, really cool about it, right? I still felt, even though it was all out on the table, even though there were no secrets, even though it is what it is, I still felt less than knowing that it was going to take a few days before I could start, paying back and pulling my own weight in this particular instance. Like I guess it's a dude thing. Like it really affects you. Like, because there were no hard feelings. There didn't have to be any money spent at all, but I still felt kind of trash.
Yeah, I understand where that's coming from.
Yeah. So, yeah.
See, and I'm part of the problem, because if a guy told me from the beginning I'm broke and can't take you anywhere, I wouldn't go out with him.
So, well, and it wasn't even that. It wasn't even like I'm broke and I can't take you anywhere. It was like, hey, I know.
At least get creative, like with Chris. Our first date wasn't expensive, but he knew that it was gluten-free. So he had gluten-free crackers, all my favorite salamis and cheeses, and just took me on a picnic. It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm totally down with that. I love that sort of stuff. But I mean, there's like if there's destinations involved and stuff like that, like I don't know. The one thing I'm not good at in dating, I'm finding out, is that I'm an oversharer. And I put all my cards on the table, like right away.
That's a good thing. Stop. Don't let anybody else tell you differently. Because like with the guys that I've dated that act like they have money and then all of a sudden they don't, it's not about you have to pay for everything. I make my own money. I do okay. Right. Like I don't want you to have to pay for everything. But don't be one guy at the beginning and then be like, all of a sudden you need $20 for gas. Get out of here.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid.
No, if you're honest from the beginning. And if the guy I was dating was newly divorced, I would understand that. No matter how much money he has, it's always different when you split up.
Because I'm trying to find different speeds, because I really only have two speeds, right? Like I have like, I don't want to talk to anybody at all, and I have like, oh my gosh, we're totally getting along. Let's explore the heck out of this, And so as I'm trying to balance these two speeds out, I'm also trying to balance like what you're supposed to say and what you're not supposed to say, or tell or reveal, like right up front. And I feel like the money thing's kind of the big one. Like I'm not broke. I can take you places. I just can't right this second,
Yeah, super right up front from the beginning. I want to know if you want more kids, because I don't. And I want to know, it doesn't, even if you are not financially set right now, like if you're broke right now, I completely understand. I just don't want you to be in massive amounts of debt.
Right.
I can handle picnics and home movies and popcorn nights in. I can't handle you not telling me that you owe somebody's lawyer $15,000. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's different. Like if you're like hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, I don't want to be with you no matter if you're taking me out every weekend. You know what I mean?
Which is not me.
Yeah. So no. I don't want you, like if you're tight with, and don't be cheap. There's a difference between being tight and being cheap. So like say you and I hit number one and you get a bonus, and that girl has been dating you for 5 months while you've been tight, then you use some of that bonus money and you go take her somewhere nice, and don't be a cheapskate. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. Without
There's
a
a
doubt.
difference between tight and cheap. There's a huge difference because
Absolutely.
my ex-husband was cheap, and it was one of our biggest problems in our marriage. One of our biggest problems.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
We would get Disneyland tickets, hotel, all of the things, and then he wouldn't want to buy a churro. Like, that's a cheapskate. You know what I mean? It's a
Like,
difference.
I'm finding that the really fun, down to earth, solid ones are the ones that, like, they take your situation as long as you're honest. Hey, here's where I'm at. This is what I can do. This is what I can't do. And if that's cool with you, cool. There's some really cool ones. You're like, yeah.
And don't be the guy that's like, my ex-wife's taking all my money with that spousal support and that child support. The government, the men have no say in anything. Shut your mouth. Shut up.
Dude, no, I'll be the first to admit that in my divorce, I'm the man child. I'm the one who didn't want to do it. So I'm the one who kicked and screamed a little bit to begin with. But at the end of the day, like, we don't have a huge estate that needs to be argued over.
No.
We have some kids, we have a house, and we have a car. And
you have 50-50 custody. There's huge differences in yours. Like, there's this one guy on my Facebook that looks like he has everything put together. A new relationship, seems like a good guy, great career, blah, blah, blah. But he has like 20% custody of his kids and then complains that he has to give all this child support. And I'm like, we are in California, brother. There's a reason you only have 20% custody of your damn kids. And there is a reason that they are taking all this child support money from you. And it's not because men don't have a say. Shut up. Ladies, seriously, listen to me right now. If they do not have custody of their children, it is not their ex-wife's fault. It is their fault. It's something they did. Are you there?
Is it safe?
It is safe. You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
Okay. I had to duck and cover.
Because my ex-husband lives in another state. He sees his kids more than some of y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm also getting more adept to red flags, and I'm seeing some of those custody red flags, and, like, you know, it's not my place to ask, but I notice, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then there's the one guy on my social media that's like, if you're quick to get a babysitter just so you can go out on a date with me, I don't think you're a good enough mom. I would flip you off in the camera right now if I could. I have my kids like 80% of the time. If I want to go out with you and I get a sitter, you're welcome. That means I kind of like you.
Hold on. We're there again. Is it safe?
It is. It is safe. It is safe. These are just things that I've learned. All right, you guys, we are giving away Stock to 99. We're giving away Stock to 99 tickets on the air. We're giving away Bear Valley all this week. We have Series Cruising this week. That'd be like a cheap date for I.R.L. Riley. You could fit a whole bunch of people in your car and then just hit the snap.
Can we circle back?
You could tell the girl, let's go halvesies. I'll get us in and you pay for the snacks and then just put yourself on the guest list.
So I need to circle back on this because I feel like this live stream we established that I'm broke and cheap, and I'm not. I just was then, and I'm on a budget now.
You're not cheap. You're just tight with things right now because you're going through divorce, and you were honest. He's not cheap because he does fun things. You do fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be a circle back.
What's a circle back? I don't get it.
Is that where you go out them and then you leave and then you come back around, Jessica?
Or is she saying don't be a circle back? Like, can we circle back to the part where I don't know. Like, I'm intrigued now. Like, now I want to know what I don't need to circle back to. The conversation.
That's what you gotta. We're about to end the stream. You need to let us know. Type away in those comments.
Yeah, seriously. All right, we'll go back and read that.
I'll give you 2 minutes to circle back. Oh, we're on topics. Yes, we're on topics.
Well, I felt like we left that part kind of open ended. Like I was getting ready to hit leave. And I was like, wait a minute.
I just went on a roll with all the guys that I've been dating. They have nothing to do with Ian. I just got mad at him for it.
which happens on. Do you know how many times I've been in trouble for like a bad dream, or like you got mad at somebody you dated on, so you went off on dudes, then I'm like the only dude there, so I'm just like doing the Matrix, like dodging all these bullets.
Right. Yeah, Jessica, me too. He seems a lot happier.
So no, we're good.
I'm still planning. So after, when do you get your second vax? In 1 month?
April 14th, I'll be fully vaxxed. Here it is, guys.
Okay, I think right after that. So let me look at our calendar. I think after April 14th. So
April 14th is a Wednesday.
Beginning of May is when my kids are with their dad the last weekend of April. Maybe we could do our bestie night that weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do a bestie night any weekend. I don't need to be fully vaxxed. I'm a masker. I'm a distancer. I've dated during COVID. If we ever just want to do a weekend for a weekend, we can do a weekend too.
Let's do that too. Let's figure it out. We'll figure it out. And then we'll invite all of you guys.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.